Okay, dear students and dear watchers, we were talking about presentation skills. In the first lecture, we talked about some skills for presentation. This is the second lecture all about the presentation skills. We will talk about this. The first step of the second lecture, that is the delivery. That is the delivery, delivering your presentation. The first one is the verbal delivery. The verbal delivery. Be brief. The first thing in the delivery, be brief. A 205 study by the Helsinki Institute found that the average adult was able to focus on a loading web page for only 4 to 8 seconds before looking somewhere else. You can have your attention only for it was found by that study Helsinki Institute that an average adult was able to focus on loading web page for only 4 to 8 seconds before looking somewhere else. Yes, attention spans are short. Don't dwell on a specific subject too long. Be brief, okay? Don't dwell on a subject too long. Don't look to a single subject or word for a long time. Fine. Ask question to keep the audience engaged. You have to ask question from the audience to keep them engaged in your presentation. This can be something as simple as pausing to ask if your audience understand everything you have presented thus far. Yes, you can ask your audiences a question in order to understand, to come to know whether you have talked about something they have understood or not. You can ask a question in your previous presentation as well in order to engage them in your presentation. The second one is speak to your demographic. Speak to your demographic. Make the semantics of your audience as closely as possible. Speak their language. Speak to your demographic. Speak around you. Look around yourself and speak according to your audiences. Speak to your demographic means speak as your surrounding. Okay. Make the semantics of your audience as closely as possible. Speak their language. Yes, you have to speak their language as they are. If you are selling a steak board, for instance, your semantics are going to be a lot different than if you are working with a litigation attorney panel says. Fine, you have to be different and you have to speak the language of your audiences. If you are sitting in a theater, you should be like that. If you are sitting in a company, it's a presenting, you should be like that. If you are standing in a class, your audiences, your language shall be like a class line. Fine. Work on your tone. Work on your tone. Evolutionary psychology suggests that people of both sexes respond better to deep male voices and high female voices. Parnell says it takes practice to change the tone of your voice, but it can be done. Fine, you have to work on your tone. It's high, it should have a high pitch. Fine, while presenting a topic, there is a huge difference, there is a big difference between normal day speaking and a presentation. A presentation is always presented with a high and loud voice. Fine, because there is a different, because when we talk with a slow voice, it means that we are not presenting something, we are talking just normally. Fine. Avoid speaking softly or other speech patterns that make you seem unconfident. Avoid speaking softly. Like, for example, avoid ending sentences in an escalating tone that suggests every sentence you speak is a question. Yes, don't say like that. You should avoid oh, fill words. Don't use such words while presenting your topic. These are informal words which doesn't suit your presentation. Fine. Don't use words like don't use words like don't. Okay, don't say like I don't think so, I don't like that, you don't. These things are not good for present. Don't think about elephants. Don't think about elephant. Okay, now what are you thinking about? It's important to avoid phrases like don't worry and all these things. Tell your audience what they should do instead. Fine. Similarly, don't say I hope you will enjoy this presentation. Say I am confident that you will enjoy this. Don't say that I hope you will enjoy this present, because it's a kind of begging. Okay, you are not confident. Say confidently I am sure you will enjoy this presentation. Body language. Body language. How should be your body language while presenting a topic? Stand at a comfortable distance, remaining within 2.5 to 7 feet of your audience. Okay, 7 feet of distance is okay, it is fine. Okay, this presupposes at a subconscious level a personal to social relationship. Fine. Eye contact. Okay, standing at 7 feet, that is good. How should be your eye contact? Don't Serve the audience with your eyes. Rather, make eye contact with one person at a time. Yes, don't look around like that. You cannot see any person. Look at one person at a second, then again to another one, again to the. Don't circle your head like you cannot see anyone. Look eye contact with all the people. Look at one person like while just roaming and while just circling your head. Right? Look into their eyes. Okay, make eye contact with them. Appear confident, okay? Shoulders back, like standing while in front of your shoulders should be back. Don't be like, look, bend it down like you are bending down and you are worried. Don't be shoulders back, chest outside like that. Arms at your sides or head in front of your body when making gestures. Okay, arms at your side, like if one at one side and are in front of you while making gesture. Okay, you are just using your hands. Hands open or only slightly closed. Okay, your hands may be open or it may be slightly closed. Smile lightly or keep your face neutral. Yes, don't be panicked, don't be serious, don't be funny. Like be a normal person. Smile slightly, have a smile on your face or keep your face neutral. Fine, that is also good. Take long strides. Make every movement purposeful and decided. Fine, you make every movement purposeful and decide. These are the good things while presenting your topic. Okay, treat props like your resume or a handout as though they are of value. Okay, don't let a paper in your hand play back and forth carefully. Okay, if you are having something, a written material in your hand, keep it like as it is your resume or handout, something important. Fine, don't just use it carelessly, that one thing is going there and the second is going there. PowerPoint. A good PowerPoint is what relies heavily on images. If you are presenting your topic from the slides, you must have good images while presenting your ideas. Fine, has only one or two sentences per slide. Fine, a good presentation is in the slide. Okay, that is relies only on heavily on images instead of written things. Fine, has only one or two sentences per slide. One slide is containing only a single or two sentence. Entertain it is having entertainment as well. Enhances your presentation but doesn't summarize it. Okay, it enhances, a good PowerPoint enhances your presentation but it doesn't summarize it. A bad PowerPoint contains font smaller than 32 pt. Fine, that is not a good presentation. Has more than 5 or 6 lines of text per slide. Okay, a slide is loaded, it is populated. Okay, displays a logo on every slide. Your audience won't forget who you are. Don't display the logo on every slide. It's printed and distributed as a handout. It is also a bad PowerPoint. Fine. Questions. Being prepared to answer questions plays a major role in appearing credible to your audience. Okay, be prepared for the question. While the audience may be putting question in front of you, you must be prepared to answer their question. Partner suggests that immediately before their meeting, he asked the clients to write down questions that may come up regarding their presentation. Fine, this primes their brains for answering them. It is also important to anticipate any challenges to your presentation that might arise during question answer time and to prepare responses. Fine, you have to ask yourself the question which can arise from your presentation and also prepare the answer for that questions. Braithwaite recommends taking question before the end of your presentation. Okay, you have to take question before the end of your presentation. You will have to let the audience know that you plan to continue after question so that they don't start picking up their things. Fine, but this approach allows you to close your presentation on your own note. Good. The audience will leave with your final message in their mind instead of some random question that someone asked that maybe was off topic, she said. First, you have to come up with the question, a question session before the end of your presentation. Fine. Also keep in mind that you do not need to answer every question. If you do not know the answer of every question, it is okay, fine. If you don't know the answer or don't want to answer a question, a graceful exit line is, I don't have that information right now, but I would be happy to get it to you as soon as I can. Yes, it's okay, it's a good way that, sorry, I don't have that information right now, but I will try my best, level best to come up with this information in the next, okay? That is the good way. If some people don't know something, so they just go for that and they say for argument, it is not good. Okay, then they divert from the right path of the presentation. Fine. So we were talking about the presentation skills. In the upcoming two lectures, we will be talking about how to improve presentation skills. Stay with us. Good luck.